Welcome to this JB University session where today we'll be talking about back kicks. Back kicks are my favorite kick out of the 4 kicks we do in clocked. As a reminder, we have side kicks, roundhouse, front kick, and back kick in every clocked warm up. A back kick looks like this. Okay? A back kick is very similar to a side kick. So here's what a side kick looks like. It is a pushing kick. I'm pushing into the belly button of my target, my opponent. They're standing right here. I'm pushing them in the belly button. A back kick looks very, very similar, except instead of my target being right here, my target is now behind me, facing me, belly button facing me. So I'm going to try to push them in the exact same spot, right in the belly button, and push them towards the back wall, making them fall backwards on their butt. Okay? That is a back kick. So if our target is behind us and we want to push them down by pushing into their stomach, making them fall backwards, we're going to have to use our glute and our back to help us do that. Most common mistakes that we see on back kicks, there's 2 that I can think of, and I'm going to turn to the side to show you. Use this next section to grade yourself. See where you fall along this line and see if you're doing these things, because if you are, this is a perfect opportunity to try to correct yourself. That's why we have these JB University videos, because we understand when you're in a class, your attention is being drawn to the music and to the coach and to yourself, and it's very hard to focus. So take this in and use it as a checkup to see where your back kick falls on the spectrum. First thing, your feet need to be apart. A lot of times I see this, and people try to bring their feet all the way together on a back kick, which is going to make it harder for you to generate power in the upward phase of the kick, because you can't balance. So I want you, if you're doing a right back kick like I am, to have your right leg further back than your left. You're going to bend your left leg as if you were getting ready to do a squat, like you're in the middle of a squat. Put your hand on your left quad and push backwards. Okay, so the most common mistake we see, I told you there were 2. 1, having the feet together. So we're going to fix that. Great, feet apart. What's the second mistake? The second mistake, not turning out. So, meaning this. A lot of people will kick like this with their knee pointed down, kind of like a donkey kick. And while there is nothing wrong with that, because it's very similar to a deadlift, right? On a deadlift, we keep our knee pointed down and our heel is driving up towards the ceiling, and you're going to feel it in the left hamstring. But for a back kick, we really don't want to feel it in the left hamstring. We want to feel it in the right glute and in our lower back right here. And you're not going to feel it here if you're turning your knee down. You got to turn your knee out. And remember, if you were going to push someone away from you, doing it like this with your knee down, they're not going to go far. There's not a lot of the same amount of power that you can generate with that outward turnout. It's not the same. So don't have that knee turned down. Open the hip. Open the chest towards the right in this case, and push backwards, okay? So chest open, not closed. If you close your chest, you're going to end up closing that hip too, and it'll turn into a deadlift. You want to open. So yes, no. Yes, no. I personally find it very helpful, and I've noticed this is helping a lot of people that I see in class when I use the cue, look over your shoulder or look in the direction you're kicking, whether it's a back kick, so in that case, look to the back of the room, or a side kick, look to the side of the room, right? That'll help you turn your body positioning in the correct way so you can actually see your target. If you were going to kick someone using a back kick, you wouldn't look down because, look, you can't see where you're kicking them. You got to look over your shoulder so you can see them and boom, aim, shoot, right? So on a back kick, I highly recommend looking over your shoulder. You can always put your opposite hand on the step to help you balance too, okay? Over time though, you'll get stronger, feet apart. Don't bring your feet together, you're gonna fall over. Woo. And even I wobble sometimes, that's okay. It's hard, right? All of this is hard. So be gentle with yourself. Look over your shoulder, keep your feet apart. Keep this standing leg bent too. That's another big one. So really there's 3 things. Feet apart, hips open, standing leg bent. The reason we want the standing leg bent is because if you keep locking it out, you're going to put a lot of strain in this area here where your hamstring connects, and that's unnecessary. Remember, when you have explosive power on one side, so it's fast, powerful movement, you're at risk of an acute injury on that opposite side, in this case, that hamstring. So as long as you keep that standing leg bent, the hamstring's going to be okay. So that is the back kick.